My name is Eugene. Welcome back to the channel. And if you are new as usual, a special welcome to you. Now, today's lesson is going to be on place values, place value in decimals as well as whole numbers. Now, this is going to be a short lesson. It's just going to be a little preparation lesson for future lessons. So I'm just trying to lay the groundwork for those lessons. And before we get into the lesson, I hope you have been liking, sharing, commenting, and most of all, subscribing to the channel. If you find these lessons useful, why not share, like, comment, and subscribe. All right, so let's get straight into the lesson. Today we're going to do a short exercise on place values. And that is why we have this table here. Now, we're going to look at whole numbers and decimal. So this place value is prepared for that. That's why we have these points here coming down. Now, up here, we have some words which represent each of these columns here. So over here we have ones, tens, hundred, thousands, and the THOUS is just a shortened form because of the space I shortened it, and this is hundreds. Right. So ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, and over here we have tenth, hundred, thousand, and please note the TH, because whatever we have over here, these are fractions, and bear in mind that decimal or decimals will be just another way of representing fractions, ordinary fractions as we know them. Ordinary fractions as we know them, they come with a numerator and a denominator. The numerator is the top number, and the bottom number is the denominator. Like in this case here, the numerator will be 64, comes on top, and the denominator would be 100, comes on in the bottom. So that's how we represent ordinary fractions. So just bear in mind that decimal is just another way of expressing ordinary fractions. But the difference is that when we're dealing with decimals, the denominator has to be 10 or a power of 10, like 100 or 1,000 or 10,000. So whenever we have a decimal being expressed as an ordinary fraction, you will always see either 10, 100, 1,000, and so forth. Okay? Now, the first number that we have here is 8.64. So let us look at the chart and see where each digit or each number falls. The 8 comes immediately under the ones. That's for a reason. Because whenever we have a whole number and a decimal, the first number that comes in front of the point would be in the ones place. And at all times, if we have a place value chart with just whole numbers, the first number that you have on the right, the first number that you have would come under the ones place, and everything would fall into place otherwise. So it would be a good idea if you're setting out your numbers to add or subtract, you start from the ones place. Okay? Especially the bottom number. If you have a top number, then you just put each digit, you put the ones first, and then everything else falls into place as you go across. So 8.64 is 8 ones. 6 will be 6/10, because the first number after the point, first number to the right of the point, would always be in the 10th place. Then you have the 100th place. So the 4 would come in the 100th place. And if you have another number, it will come in the 1000th place. All right, so that's that. Now, over here, I express this same decimal here in ordinary fraction form. So whenever you have a whole number and a fraction, we normally call it a mixed number. So this is a mixed number where you have a whole number 8 here and the fraction over here, which will be 64 hundredth. And how you decide what power of 10 to put under the bottom when you're expressing a decimal as a fraction is to look at the amount of places of decimal. And what we mean when we say places of decimal is the amount of numbers that come behind the decimal point. So we have 1, 2. So in the case of 8.64, 2 numbers come behind the point, so we call those places of decimal. So if you have 2 places of decimal, then the denominator has to be 100 if you're going to express this decimal in fraction form. Alright? Because remember we said that whenever you're expressing a decimal as a fraction, the denominator has to be with a 10 or a power of 10, like 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 and so forth. All right. Now, this one here, 1.932, the 1 goes exactly under the ones. Okay, I explained that already. Why? Then the 932 comes after the point. So the first place after the point is 9. So therefore the 9 goes under the 10th and everything else falls into place. 12.7, we put in the 2 first. So the 2 goes underneath the 1, the 1's column, and the 1 automatically comes underneath the 10's column. And we have 7 here. So 7 goes naturally, will go underneath the 10th column, because the first place of decimal, the first number after the point is normally the 10th place. All right. So if we express it as a fraction, it would be 12 and 7/10. Okay, because we have one place of decimal, so therefore our denominator is 10. All right. Easy way to remember it. Whenever we have one place of decimal, we use 10 because 10 has 1 0. If it's two places of decimal, we use 100. We use 100. 100 has 2 zeros, and so forth. This is 126.84. 6 goes underneath the ones, the 2 goes underneath the tens, and then the 1 goes underneath the hundreds. So, and over here, the 8 goes underneath the 10th. That's the first number after the point. Then the 4 comes automatically underneath the 100th. So the number here would be 126 and 84 hundredths. Okay, 126 and 84 hundredths. And the last one, 9.316. The 9 goes under the 1, the first place value, in front of the point, so that would be 1. And then the 3 would go underneath the 10, and everything else falls into place. So the 1 would automatically come underneath the 100, and the 6 would automatically come underneath 1,000. So the number here, or the fraction here, would be 9 and 316,000. Notice we have 1, 2, 3 places of decimal, so we use 1,000 as our denominator. So basically that's it. That's all for today, folks. I hope you have found the lesson useful. And if so, please remember to like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe. So, see you in the next lesson.